Hello, welcome to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all of the places you can find me should be linked in the description box below this video. Welcome to Vlogmas-ish part 1. I'm going to be putting up a little mini series, I guess, chatting about the advents that I have this year. Before I get stuck into that, I just want to say thank you to anyone who watched this week's vlog. I uploaded it yesterday and said that I probably wouldn't be putting up a daily video for Vlogmas because I wasn't feeling particularly festive and didn't feel like I could maybe devote the time that I wanted to a daily video. And lots of you have already kindly commented to say that you'll be happy to see Vlogmas in whatever form I'm able to do this year, so I really appreciate those kind comments, and I certainly will be putting up extra videos such as this one, but maybe just not on a daily basis. But yeah, I wanted to do a little mini series for the start of Vlogmas at least, chatting about the advent calendars that I have. I have ended up this year with 5 different advent calendars, which seems a little bit excessive. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but I know they're all going to bring me lots of joy and happiness. I've never had so many before, so I feel like maybe I've gone a bit over the top. But 2 of these calendars I purchased myself, and the other 3 are results of lovely swaps with friends, and one amazing gift. So I haven't gone too overboard on the kind of spending. This year I noticed that a few different dyers and suppliers were making fibre advents, and they were a little bit more affordable for me. And I ended up with 2, although I'm somewhat embarrassed to say that I ended up with 2, only because I ordered one back in lockdown, and I'm embarrassed to say that I completely forgot that I ordered it until it turned up out of the blue, and by then I'd also already ordered another one. Not being too hard on myself, it's been a year, hasn't it? And I think we've all had times of kind of struggle and difficult days, difficult weeks, difficult months, and I think I ordered the first advent calendar when I was having a really sort of low point during our first lockdown, and then it just kind of slipped my mind, which yeah. So yes, I've ended up with 2 fibre advent calendars, although they are slightly different, and I'm going to chat briefly about both of them today, but I'm only going to start opening one today. So I'll chat about the one that I'm going to save until later on in December. So I ordered a advent from Smith Studio Designs, and I'll pop a link down below. And this one is slightly different. I don't think she actually called it an advent. This cute little box, and inside here are 12 packages, and I think there's probably going to be 10 or 20 grams of fibre in each of these packages. So because there are 12, I thought I might save those and open those at the end of December, alongside my 12 cast-ons of Christmas. So I'll have a little bit of spinning to help break up my days when I start my 12 projects. So I'm going to put that calendar aside for now. I'm not going to open anything from that one until later in December. So the fibre calendar that I am going to work my way through is from the Shepherd's Hut, and I believe she had several different versions of this available, and I think it was kind of determined the colour theme of the advent, and I went for vintage Christmas. And inside this box I have, I think, 25 packages. Lots of lovely brown paper packages, not tied up with string, to get stuck into. And throughout the box there are a few little treats scattered in as well. So I'm going to have a fun finding those, I think, as we get stuck in. And with all of my advents this year, I kind of have a plan with what I'm going to do with the yarns and fibres that are inside. So my thought for this particular advent from the Shepherd's Hut is to spin up my fibres. I'm going to try and spin each little package. I think there's 5 to 10 grams in each of these packages, and I'm going to, they're all slightly different shapes, so I guess the quantities vary a little bit, but my plan is to try and spin up each package every day, and then I'm going to, depending on what colours come through, I will then choose a neutral to go with them to also hand spin. Hopefully I'll have something in my stash that will suit. And my ultimate plan is to knit a litmus cowl. I don't know if you've seen that pattern. It's a free pattern, I believe, by Amy Florence of the Stranded Dye Works podcast, and it's just a really simple striped cosy cowl. So I thought, given all of these little samples, something which uses up lots of different sort of mini skeins, as they will be, might be the perfect project if I can spin these consistently. So yeah, I'm going to make a bit of noise, dig around in this package, see if I can find day one. Here we go, right at the end of the package. Let's open it up, see what's inside. I do understand why people enjoy having advents, because it's just so fun having a little gift every day, isn't it? Ooh, ooh, look at that. Beautiful greens and browns, and there's a little bit of sparkle in there too. So it looks like a mini bat. It is tied up with string. The bat at least, not the package. Let me open that up and unfold this gorgeous little mini bat. How lovely is that? So yeah, I'm going to spend some time spinning this up on my e-spinner today. A lovely start to my fibre advent. Hopefully to round out this first little part of my advent mini series, you'll see a little bit of footage of me starting to spin. It's 3:30 p.m. and I still have work to do, but I can't resist playing with my advents any longer. The good thing about the days when I work from home on the website stuff is I can get out of the mindset of having to work 9 to 5. I can set my own hours. It's like a revelation. So if I fancy taking a couple of hours break in the day and then working till 7 or 8 at night, then I can absolutely do that. And I'm really enjoying that aspect of having the website. I've made myself a cup of Christmas tea. Brought down with me the gorgeous bat that came in my Shepherd's Hut advent calendar this morning. I'm going to strip this down sort of horizontally, as I often do, but the types of fibres are slightly different across the mat. So I think what I'm going to do is fold it in half and have a go at taking it apart across the middle, which is slightly harder than it looks because the fibres are all a little bit different and want to break in different places, but this might be unnecessary if I decide to chain ply my finished yarn, but I am going to make an assumption that I'm more likely to do a 2-ply. So there we go, my bat is broken in half. Just going to pre-draft this a little bit. I'm going to keep this whole if I can. So excited about this. My first bit of advent spinning. While I'm doing this and chatting to you, I had a comment I noticed pop up on YouTube from the lovely Mairead. Hi Mairead, asking if I could chat about the 12 cast-ons of Christmas at some point, because Mairead's wanting to join in, but is not sure if there are any rules, as she started watching the channel just at the end of the 12 cast-ons last year. So absolutely, I will, for anyone who might be wondering what I'm talking about when I mention the 12 cast-ons, or for anyone who already knows and knows they want to join in, I'll definitely pop up a video soon hopefully in the next few days, just chatting about the 12 cast-ons. But for now it's time to spin. This is already looking so much fun on the bobbin, and you can see that faint little sparkle coming through. Still got plenty left to spin. I've managed to spin that first gorgeous bat in my Shepherd's Hut advent calendar. I thought I'd have some fun with these lovely 3D printed bobbins that Caroline sent me earlier in the summer, and I matched my green one up to this green fibre. I've mentioned before that these aren't the perfect fit for the e-spinner because, well, you can see the size difference between those, but they work absolutely fine. I managed to spin the second half of that bat, no problem. So yeah, I thought I'd just show you the singles before I apply them together. There's a Newtie asleep on the chair behind me. I've just finished plying and I have to show you this because you saw how roughly I split that bat earlier, and inevitably one bobbin when you're spinning runs out before the other. But I got so close to matching this time. It's a small miracle and a little victory that needs celebrating. So hopefully you can see where the orange leader comes in, is where the first bobbin ran out. But as you can see, the white leader on the second bobbin is not far behind. That's probably, I don't know, 30-40 centimetres, if that. Go me. This isn't going to be the best light to show you this. Does not want to focus on, there we go, that dark yarn. So here we go. I thought I'd show you the skein on the Niddy Noddy under the light before I put it in to soak. This is a homemade Niddy Noddy made back in the summer sometime. It's just a small one which is great for samples, and I was given a box of this really fine crochet cotton maybe more than a year ago, and I tend to use little bits of that to tie up my skeins. When it was on the bobbin it looked quite fine, but I think now that I can see it in the proper light and holding it next to a ordinary 4-ply commercially prepped yarn, I think that's about the sort of thickness that I want to try and achieve for my litmus cowl, if that's what it ends up being. So pretty pleased with day one. So I think we'll call that a day for the first day of Vlogmas-ish. I'm really quite pleased with my little skein of yarn from today. let's hope I can keep the momentum going. There's a long way to go yet, and I've got a couple of other Advent projects to work on this evening, and I'll tell you about those in the next Vlogmas-ish. For now, I think I'm going to copy that skein of yarn and take a soak. So until we get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some of the things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now.